Listen, my nerves are shot and I am beside myself. I'm just kidding. But aren't those great sayings? My nerves are shot and I am beside myself. These are sayings directly from the mouth of my mother. These are things that she used to say like when I was growing up. My nerves are shot. Isn't that such a great, I'm not saying she said these things every day of her life or anything when I was growing up, but isn't that a hilarious saying? The other day I was talking to her on the phone. I was talking to her about something that happened, I don't know, in the past. And she goes, oh, I was beside myself. And I was like, beside myself? That's such a good saying. I was beside myself. What does this mean? It means I was taken out of myself. It's like, you know how I talk about how like as a sensitive person, as an empath, a lot of times I feel like when I'm around a lot of people, I feel like I'm almost like I leave my body, like I could be taken outside of myself. I am beside myself. So let's not get beside ourselves about this. I just love these old sayings that are like, they say it so perfectly, right? So I've been thinking a lot about this, about how not to abandon myself and how to teach others. I've been working with my clients a lot about this, like how not to abandon yourself anymore, right? And as empaths, as sensitive people, and this is me just personally too, growing up, I absorbed everything from everyone without even knowing it. So all around me, I was absorbing other people's emotions. And so I felt that I kind of would disappear. I would like abandon my own needs or my own self, my own preferences for the comfort of others because I needed everybody to be comfortable so I could be comfortable. So I would get beside myself. I would literally leave my body. Well, not literally, but I would feel, and I've talked about this before, and I've had people even comment and say that they haven't had any people describe it that way before, that they feel that they feel like they leave their body. And a lot of times this is nervous system regulation, right? So let's talk about how not to get beside ourselves. Let's just talk about how not to leave our bodies. And I have just a super easy, simple tip that I just did, and it was actually very helpful. Okay, so I just spent multiple days with multiple people, and I talked about how I had a trip coming up. This is the trip. So I spent multiple days with multiple people. And what tends to happen when I do this, when I spend multiple days with multiple people, is I get beside myself. I start thinking of myself through like other people's expectations. Like I start like living my life towards, like, it's like I don't have a center. It's like what I'm thinking about, what other people expect of me. And it's just not a fun way to live, right? But it's like, that is me getting beside myself. And so what I did, which was very helpful during this time, was I started just like literally feeling the inside of my body, inner body awareness, right? Eckhart Tolle talks about this. So when you're with people, when you're in a situation where you might feel that you might get beside yourself, where you might feel like you leave your body, where you might feel like you abandon yourself, what you do instead is you feel your body. You feel the inside of your body. So you just feel the presence within your body. It's not like a big deal. We're not trying to do anything perfectly here. We're not trying to like change anything really outside of us. It's just every once in a while, feel the inside of your body. Feel the inside. Like sometimes you can feel a tingling feeling on the inside of your hands or the inside of your feet. You feel what it feels like to be inside of your body. You're not really fixing anything, but you might notice your posture, how your posture is. Are you leading with your heart? Sometimes I feel some tightness here and I just can just the concentration on it opens it up. We're not really trying to fix it. I'm 49 years old. Sometimes my body gets a little achy too. So like this helps. The inner body awareness helps with the achiness too, because it's like when you exercise and you think about the muscle and the muscle grows. They say that's been proven, when you think about a muscle as you're exercising it, the muscle actually grows. So like, thinking about, sometimes my knees feel achy, but just like putting my attention on them, not on the ache, but on like the feeling of my knees, it actually helps them to feel better. So we're not trying to, again, I'm never about trying to fix the things outside of ourselves. This is not about, so when we abandon ourselves, a lot of times this looks like little simple things. Like it could be like not going to the bathroom when you need to go to the bathroom. It could be like not having a preference about where to go to dinner, not having a preference about what you're going to eat because because it's making you nervous. So you just like let everybody else say what let's just do this, just do what everybody else wants. So because it's like feels stressful, so like, I'm not saying you have to perfectly say what your preferences are. I'm not saying you have to, perfectly say what all your needs are. You know, like that's not what this is about. But maybe like what I notice is when I do more inner body awareness, I have preferences. I notice when I'm thirsty, when I'm hungry. I notice things more, like what my needs are. The other thing I did on this trip was I had my own space to stay. And so this is a lot of nervous system healing, nervous system regulation is like having your own space. So I would spend time with people and then I would kind of go take a break. You know, having my own space, that's a boundary that I need, is having my own space to stay. And then I can go in and out. And that's like going in and out, back and forth. That's nervous system health. That's nervous system regulation. So I'm able to like be with people and then kind of take a break and then go back and be with people. The back and forth of that can be regulating. Okay. So don't get beside yourself. Stay within your body. And it's not like doing anything perfect. This is not like, you know, I used to think that I had to say the perfect thing, put up the perfect boundary. It's messy. Life is messy. Like none of us do any of this perfectly, but like just notice, just use some inner body awareness, stay within yourself. Don't get beside yourself. And if you do get beside yourself, forgive it really fast. And what about the saying, my nerves are shot? My nerves are shot? That's such a great saying. Like these sayings have so much wisdom in them, right? So my nerves are shot. Basically, I remember my mom, like when I was little, she would say, my nerves are shot about something. And it's like, what does that mean? That means that we're spending, what did she mean? She didn't even know what she meant. She just knew what she meant by saying that. But it was like, you're basically saying, I'm spending too much time in my sympathetic nervous system. What we know about the nervous system now, that is a perfect saying. I'm spending too much time in my sympathetic nervous system. I need my parasympathetic nervous system activated. Take me out of fight or flight and put me in rest and digest. My nerves are shot. Again, the back and forth, the nervous system healing work. Okay, so I just had I don't know, I had some thoughts about those things, so I just wanted to like talk about them, make a video about them. So try that inner body awareness. Make it really simple. Just every once in a while, check in with yourself, like especially when you're around others, especially when you feel like you might start like leaving yourself or abandoning yourself around others. I am planning on making a course about this, about how not to abandon yourself in this like mini series of courses that I'm doing. Or series of mini courses that I'm doing. The first one was how to wake up from anxious thought loops. I'll put the link for that one below because it's really good. How to wake up from anxious thought loops, how to stop anxious thought loops. So yeah, let's not get beside ourselves. So I thought I would end with this quote by, I have it up here, Julian of Norwich. Julian of Norwich, she was a 14th century, make sure I'm saying this right. Let's make sure I'm saying this right. 14th century English mystic. Okay, so this is a quote by her, and she famously wrote, all shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. I feel like we should all be using this as a mantra right now. All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Let's declare it. Let's move onward to the certainty of God. Okay, I hope this was helpful today. Peace and love. Go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos about inner peace and us being sensitive in this world. And I will talk to you next time.